As I invite our last speaker up, I'd like to remind everyone there are note cards on your table. Please put down any questions you may have for our speakers, and the same goes to the folks online. Last but certainly not least, we have Rachel Pecharka. In her role as Program Associate for Solar United Neighbors of Pennsylvania, Rachel has worked on renewable energy policies, community organizing efforts, and education campaigns throughout the state with the aim to increase equitable public access and support for solar projects.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Bear with me. I know I'm the last panelist of the last panel of the day, so I'll try to make it as painless as possible. But yeah, I am Rachel Pecharka. I am the Pennsylvania Program Associate at Solar United Neighbors, and I will be sharing insights from our work expanding solar access in low to moderate income communities. These will mainly be lessons learned from our 2022 and 2023 solar pilots in Pittsburgh. And these pilots identified what works, what doesn't, and how that played out and the lessons we learned from them. And I will just jump right in. Okay. It's the big green button? Yeah, okay. So first, I'll tell you a little bit about Solar United Neighbors in case you're not familiar. We are a national nonprofit that helps people go solar, join together, and fight for their energy rights. We use a solar co-op model. This is a group purchase model which makes going solar more affordable and accessible. And for our income qualified solar pilots, otherwise LMI pilots, but I'll keep referring to them as income qualified, we provide financial assistance, support for navigating the installation process, and long-term education on energy savings. These are essential for expanding access for communities with historical, structural, and financial barriers to clean energy. Okay. So I will get into a little bit of our details of our pilots, but first I want to highlight some of the benefits, the basic benefits of solar for income qualified homes. So the first would be, of course, lower energy bills. Solar reduces monthly costs, which offer long-term financial relief to homeowners. We see homeowners saving thousands of dollars over the lifetime of their systems. It increases home values and long-term equity. Solar leads to higher property values, helps build wealth, and makes homes more attractive in the market. And it increases energy independence and resilience. Homeowners generate electricity rather than relying on utilities. And increased access to battery storage technology, which this also helps increase energy security and grid resilience. And of course, there are the environmental and community benefits, all of which was talked about quite a bit today. These communities experience a higher energy burden and higher environmental pollution. Solar reduces this dependency on fossil fuels, which leads to cleaner air and healthier communities. And this also creates a positive spillover effect. By normalizing solar adoption, it encourages more participation by their neighbors. And I'll talk a little bit about the details of these programs now. So, we launched 2 income qualified solar pilots in Pittsburgh. The first was in 2022. It was 7 fully subsidized 5 kilowatt systems. This helped homeowners to reduce energy costs, increase home values, and gain long-term energy independence. And in 2023, we launched another co-op. This was 6 fully subsidized 5 kilowatt systems. We focused on pre-screening homes for solar readiness, and that led to more efficient installs. And we also improved outreach efforts, which made the application process more accessible. But I just want to point out that we did the 2022 pilot in Glen Hazel and Hazelwood, and the 2023 was in the Upper and Middle Hill district neighborhoods. These pilots were successful, but they revealed some key challenges that we'll discuss next. Okay, there we go. So some of the challenges in 2022 that we noticed were administrative burden and high attrition rates, complex income verification processes, and paperwork confusion. This led to higher dropout by applicants. We also had installation delays. We worked with newly constructed homes, which led to some of the projects were in newly constructed homes, and this led to permitting and scheduling issues. And there were also some issues with roof condition and barriers with that. So some homeowners were disqualified due to aging roofs. And for this pilot, we partnered with the Hazelwood Initiative. They were critical in helping us build community trust, which is something we carried on into the next co-op. Into the next pilot. The improvements we made in 2023, we simplified the income verification. We switched to self-attestation, which reduced that paperwork burden. And we used pre-qualified solar-ready homes. This time we engaged with Rebuilding Together Pittsburgh to identify homes with good roof conditions, which increased participation. And we once again grouped homeowners within the same neighborhoods. That, again, encourage that trust and coordination. And while these adjustments improved the program, key issues still remained. So we'll talk about a few of those. Some ongoing challenges and participant feedback. First, I want to talk about the installer communication issues. There was a lack of clear contact points, and some homeowners had long periods between contact and contact with installers. And there was a lot of interconnection and billing confusion. So homeowners were unsure about when they were connected to the grid, how grid connection worked. They needed more help tracking solar production and savings on bills. And there was a greater need for technical guidance. So services like registering systems for solar renewable energy credits needed more intensive outreach. So overall, we found that we needed better communication, more homeowner education, and improved processes. And this leads to us talking about some of these lessons learned and how we would recommend scaling up programs like this. So the first thing I want to talk about is the solar navigator role. This is a dedicated point of contact to provide better communication and guidance between the homeowner, installer, and program administrators. So the homeowner knows who to go to, or that they go to one person rather than not knowing which person to go to. Also, enhanced education and support. This would be like something like advanced solar education sessions and financing options, system performance, that covers financing options, system performance, and SREC education, and structured post-install check-ins with homeowners to help them track savings and maintain systems. Also, improved installer coordination, so clearer expectations for response times and homeowner communication. This will help reduce frustration and delays. We are also recommending an installer code of ethics pledge so that installers are aware and agree to these expectations ahead of joining these programs. And advocacy for policy changes. So faster processing times through utilities and the Public Utility Commission, policies that distribute grid upgrade costs more equitably, and streamlining municipal permitting through services like Solo Auto Permitting Process, or Solar APP Plus, if you've heard of it. And I want to touch on a few of these upcoming programs and current programs we have in Pennsylvania for scaling this up. So 2 of these programs are PA Bright and Solar for All. PA Bright is a statewide program. It offers no upfront cost solar leases. They're aiming to do 100 installs in southwestern PA by the end of 2025. And then most importantly, I want to talk about Solar for All. This is part of IRA federal funding. It's $156 million to expand access across Pennsylvania. It will include 14,000 fully subsidized solar systems over the next 5 years. This is a huge program, and we are very interested in protecting it. But we also want to emphasize that a lot of these lessons should be implemented in these larger programs to best serve the residents. So I just want to wrap up with a program design should incorporate the best practices, including better outreach, clear post-installation support, and dedicated homeowner guidance, ideally through the role of a solar navigator. By refining program processes and strengthening homeowner support, leveraging large-scale funding opportunities, we can expand income-qualified solar access in Pennsylvania. And that is it.
Thank you.